Let me introduce you guys to Teresa Marie. She's one of Selena Gomez's best friends, but for whatever reason, Blanco was allegedly on a dinner date with her, and Selena didn't know about it.
Blanco's late-night dinner with Teresa Marie has sparked a firestorm online. Viral photos show them laughing and looking suspiciously cozy, all while Selena was out of the picture. At first, it seemed like just speculation, until fans noticed Selena unfollowed Teresa Marie a few days ago. So, is this mere coincidence? Or is there something deeper at play? The internet is literally in shambles after a TikTok video went mega viral showing music producer Blanco, who's currently engaged to Queen Selena Gomez, having dinner with none other than Teresa Marie Mingus, one of Selena's ride or dies. This seemingly innocent dinner has the timeline absolutely unhinged, with stans everywhere doing deep dives trying to decode what could be happening behind the scenes of what everyone thought was total couple goals. The drama popped off when a TikToker named Harry Daniels dropped a video capturing Benny and Teresa dining together at an LA hotspot. What might have been dismissed as just two friends grabbing a bite quickly turned into main character energy when eagle-eyed fans caught that Selena Gomez had hit that unfollow button on Teresa Marie's Instagram, despite their friendship spanning over 5 years. This digital cutting of ties had the comment section in absolute shambles, especially since these two were basically inseparable for years.
This video might be the end of Blanco's relationship with Selena Gomez. I don't think he anticipated this TikToker Harry showing up to his dinner date. I also don't think Selena Gomez knew that her man was on a dinner date with another woman.
The timing of this unfollow wasn't just sus. It was giving major red flags, coming right after the dinner sighting dropped. This wasn't just a casual friendship either. We're talking about Teresa, who is basically described as Selena's OG girl and best friend in countless Insta posts. The sudden digital breakup sent shockwaves through stan Twitter and had everyone throwing theories into the group chat.
Let me introduce you guys to Teresa Marie. She's one of Selena Gomez's best friends, but for whatever reason, Blanco was allegedly on a dinner date with her, and Selena didn't know about it. Pretty crazy for Selena to go and unfollow her best friend after Benny was caught having dinner with her.
For those who need a quick vibe check on the situation, Teresa Marie Mingus isn't just a random in Selena's circle. She was literally Selena's assistant for years before leveling up to bestie status. Their bond went way beyond professional, with Teresa even co-launching a swimwear brand that Selena backed. Their last public interaction was clocked on March 10th, 2025, at a birthday bash with mutual friend Anna Collins, which makes the sudden friendship flop even more sus. As the video started going viral faster than a TikTok dance challenge, stans went full detective mode looking for receipts. What they uncovered next took the drama from yikes to major yikes. The internet streets started buzzing with claims that Blanco had allegedly subscribed to Teresa Marie's OnlyFans account, an allegation that, while unverified, had the timeline absolutely losing it.
Especially when you consider that these two have been friends for a very long time. I mean, over 5 years. Selena had been posting her on social media. These two were very close. So what happened to girl code? Why was Teresa out with Benny?
The OnlyFans subscription tea, though giving trust me bro energy with no actual receipts, spread faster than a TikTok sound across Twitter and Reddit, with users in absolute disbelief. One ex-post from @Selena chart claimed, Selena Gomez unfollowed one of her best friends, Teresa Marie, after it was rumored Blanco subscribed to her OnlyFans, which had everyone hitting the quote tweet button with hot takes.
And of course, the rumors are going wild. I found one post that said that a hotel worker revealed that Benny used Ben T when checking in. That's when the rumors started. Teresa didn't leave until about 5:52 a.m. and she looked too comfortable with him. Okay.
But wait, it gets even messier. Additional rumors started trending, adding even more spice to this already chaotic situation. According to some random tea accounts, a hotel worker allegedly spilled that Benny used a fake name when checking in, and Teresa supposedly didn't bounce until almost 6 a.m. the next morning. These claims, giving major "my cousin's friend's brother said" energy, painted Benny in a seriously sus light that had Selenators absolutely livid. As expected, the comments section was divided faster than a TikTok collab house breakup. Many stans kept it real, pointing out the lack of actual receipts. One Reddit user commented, "Of course, this is all just rumor and there's no concrete proof of this happening," giving off touchgrass vibes to those jumping to conclusions. Another was in their feels, posting, "I hope this is just unfounded gossip. I can't bear to see another ogre-looking guy making a beautiful girl look a fool." Some fans straight up called cap on the whole situation, with one Redditor saying, "I'm gonna need more evidence than some random Justin fan on Twitter," highlighting how fast the stan Twitter rumor mill can turn crumbs into a whole bakery of drama. Others brought some actual brain cells to the chat, questioning the logic behind the whole saga. As one Reddit user pointed out, "I don't see this being true at all. She still follows Benny. And personally, if this happened to me, it's my fiancé getting the unfollow. The questioning of why. I'm sure it's for some other reason." And honestly, that take was giving. Common sense in a sea of hot takes. But while some kept their cool, others were absolutely in their feels about Selena potentially facing another heartbreak era after her very public situationship with Justin Bieber. Many stans were giving major protective energy, already ready to cancel Benny if the rumors turned out to be serving facts.
I've also heard rumors that Teresa has an OF and Benny was subscribed to it. I don't know if that's true. But Selena Gomez deserves better if this is true. Like, why are you out hanging out with my model friend, not telling me about it, hanging out until the wee hours of the morning, and using a fake name?
Adding another layer to this already chaotic situation, an X thread by @Mayomate on April 30th, 2025, spilled even more tea, including claims that Teresa had been at Benny's house without Selena multiple times, suggesting this wasn't just a one-time thing. The thread also claimed Selena was spotted looking devastated and meeting up with her other friends, probably for an emergency girl talk session. The wildest part? This drama bomb dropped right when Selena and Benny seemed to be absolutely thriving. The couple had just dropped their collab album, I Said I Love You First, and their social feeds were basically a shrine to each other. The sudden appearance of these rumors created major whiplash compared to the couple goals content they'd been serving.
Selena Gomez needs to watch her back. Benny, watch out for Selena, and don't do our girl dirty. Follow me for more, and let's get into it.
As the rumors gained more clout than a TikTok house, fans on Twitter and Reddit went full FBI mode, analyzing every past interaction with the energy of a true crime podcast host. Every interview, TikTok, Instagram story, and public sighting got put under a microscope as everyone tried to connect dots that might not even exist. The absolutely unhinged spread of this situation shows how fast the tea can spill in the social media universe. What started as a simple dinner sighting quickly snowballed into a full-blown celebrity scandal, with layers of rumors stacking on top of each other faster than burial notifications. The drama highlights how celebs literally can't breathe without their every move being decoded, screenshot, and analyzed in 50 different Discord servers. As Selena's loyal stans rallied around her with supportiveness that was giving ride or die energy, everyone was desperately waiting for the next chapter in this messy saga. Would Selena drop a statement? Would she keep quiet and let the rumors flop on their own? And most importantly, what was actually the vibe behind those closed doors? As Twitter continued melting down, this was quickly becoming the most talked about celebrity relationship tea of the year. No cap. In the midst of this absolutely chaotic rumor storm, Selena Gomez chose to respond in the most queen behavior way possible. Instead of hopping on Instagram Live to spill her feelings or drafting the Notes app apology we've all come to expect from celebs in crisis mode, Selena let her content speak for itself. In a total power move on May 2nd, 2025, just when the drama was reaching peak vibes, Selena casually dropped an adorable Instagram picture featuring Benny playing with his nephew and their dog, essentially telling the rumor mill, "Thank you next," without saying a word. This strategic social flex came at the perfect moment, when literally everyone was watching her stories and refreshing her feed for any crumbs about the situation. By sharing this wholesome, family-centered content, Selena was basically posting "we're still thriving" energy without even acknowledging the drama. The timing? Chef's kiss perfect. Dropping right after the Daily Mail article about the alleged situationship went viral, suggesting Selena was fully aware of the discourse, but choosing to shut it down with domestic bliss vibes. The power couple's joint bag moves also continued without missing a beat, with promo for their album, I Said I Love You First, rolling out right on schedule. On May 2nd, 2025, Selena even tagged Benny in X posts hyping their collab, giving major, unbothered energy that suggested their professional and personal connection was still solid gold. These business-as-usual moves were either the ultimate flex proving the rumors were giving fake news, or evidence that the couple had sorted whatever drama might have existed behind closed doors. Looking back at how these two became Benlena provides some serious context for why Selena might be standing by her man through the Twitter storm. Their ship actually set sail around mid-2023, though they'd been in each other's orbit professionally since 2015, when Benny produced Straight Fire for Selena's Revival album, including bops like Same Old Love and Kill 'Em With Kindness. kindness. Their work relationship evolved over the years, including collabs like I Can't Get Enough in 2019, before they finally hard-launched in 2023. When they made things Instagram official in December 2023, Selena didn't just confirm, she went all in. She called Benny my absolute everything in my heart, and defended him with the energy of someone who'd found her person after years of situationships. This rock-solid foundation of respect and straight-up adoration might explain why Selena would trust her man's vibe even when the internet was trying to throw major shade. Throughout their relationship timeline, Selena has consistently served this one hits different energy when talking about Benny compared to her past situationships. In a February 2024 Apple Music One interview, she dropped that Benny makes her feel safe, a word she's repeated in multiple convos since. This sense of security seems to be her non-negotiable, potentially giving her the confidence to weather this storm of spicy takes without even acknowledging the discourse.
The biggest thing in the world is trust. I can say with all my heart that I trust this person. So for me, knowing that I have a 12 to 14 hour day on set, I won't get to talk to him every second.
The couple's commitment level went God tier when they announced their engagement in December 2024, with Selena posting "Forever Begins Now" on the gram. Benny had already spilled tea about his intentions during a May 2024 Howard Stern interview, where he confirmed marriage was definitely on his vision board. By February 2025, Benny was sharing all the details about designing Selena's ring, featuring a Marquise diamond repurposed from her original engagement rock, showing top-tier thoughtfulness that had everyone in their feels.
Which I don't need, but I know just hearing from him one time check in with me and say, I love you and I hope the day is going well, I just feel safe, and I've never felt that before.
The couple's public declarations of love have consistently been giving too pure for this world energy. Benny regularly shares the most wholesome, borderline poetic content about his feelings for Selena. In one particularly adorable moment caught on camera, Benny revealed he tells Selena "I love you" 1,000,000 times every single day, and makes sure to tell her how beautiful she is, and how lucky he feels to have her in his life.
Every day I say, I love you so much, like I love you 1,000,000 times, and then I always tell her how beautiful she is and how lucky I am to have her every day.
It's so annoyingly cute.
This love bombing, in the healthiest way possible, has been fully matched by Selena, who's called Benny the best thing that's ever happened to me, and straight up admitted she's never been loved this way before. During a heart-to-heart with Jay Shetty, Selena emphasized the mutual respect vibe, saying, "I respect Benny because he's done nothing but respect me," and adding that she literally can't imagine disrespecting him.
I respect Benny. Because he's done nothing but respect me. I, again, trust him. I can tell him anything, even if it's about something that's uncomfortable and maybe you should just talk to your girlfriend.
These consistently wholesome declarations provide some serious context for why Selena might choose to stand by her man despite the rumors hitting the timeline. If their relationship truly is giving the supportive, nurturing vibes they've both described, it makes sense why Selena would trust Benny's explanation of the dinner with Teresa, whatever that might have been, rather than immediately believing some random tea accounts on social media. It's also worth remembering that Selena has been completely transparent about her health journey, including her battles with lupus, kidney transplants, and mental health challenges, consistently highlighting how Benny has been her rock through it all. That kind of unwavering support creates the type of bond that doesn't crack at the first sign of spicy rumors, especially when those rumors are giving major "trust me bro" energy with zero receipts. The couple's joint interview for Interview magazine in February 2025 gives even more insight into their dynamic. Benny described himself as the extrovert who helps Selena step out of her comfort zone, while she keeps him grounded. He emphasized that they're literally best friends with no ego between them, who worship each other, the kind of relationship goals that suggests they've built something real, not just for the cameras.
It is a lesson that you have to be patient and learn, and I can never picture myself disrespecting him.
In the same interview, they spilled about their future plans, including having kids with strong values and morals, and incorporating elements of Benny's Jewish heritage, like a hora, into their wedding festivities. These major life discussions suggest a couple fully locked in on building a future, not one that's about to get derailed by some unverified tea. But let's address the elephant in the room. What about Selena hitting that unfollow button on Teresa, which sparked half the drama in the first place? Without Selena dropping a a statement, we can only theorize. Maybe there was friend drama that had nothing to do with Benny. Maybe Selena wasn't feeling Teresa's OnlyFans content and decided to create some distance. The timing with the dinner sighting could be pure coincidence rather than related tea. Some level-headed fans have pointed out that friendships naturally evolve and sometimes fade, and the unfollow might just represent a natural growing apart, rather than some dramatic betrayal storyline. A Reddit thread linked by Fandom Wire actually discussed this possibility, with users serving touchgrass energy to those treating normal friendship changes as major drama. It's also worth noting that Selena has been in the spotlight since she was literally a child, first serving Disney Channel realness before leveling up to global superstar status. This long-term fame experience has likely given her a major thick skin when it comes to gossip and a strategic mindset about managing her public image during drama moments. Her measured response, continuing to post Benny content without acknowledging the rumors, shows major media literacy that comes from years dealing with the spotlight. Throughout her entire career, Selena has had to navigate intense public interest in her personal life, especially during her on-again, off-again Yelena era with Justin Bieber. This experience probably informed her current approach, knowing that addressing rumors directly often just gives them more engagement and reach. She may be intentionally choosing to let her content speak for itself, rather than feeding the algorithm with denials or explanations. As May 5th, 2025 came and went without any official Notes app statement from either Selena or Benny addressing the cheating allegations, their strategy seemed crystal clear: unbothered excellence. They continued promoting their album, serving couple content, and sharing glimpses of their relationship, all suggesting that despite the chaotic discourse, their vibe was still immaculate. Whether this united front is the actual tea or just a carefully curated feed remains a mystery. But without any solid evidence backing up the cheating allegations, Selena's decision to stand by her man suggests either deep trust in what they've built or a commitment to working through any turbulence privately, rather than giving Stan Twitter the satisfaction of public drama. The ongoing saga of Selena, Benny, and Teresa has literally broken the internet, with stans everywhere taking sides with the passion of sports fans during championship season. While some supporters are absolutely convinced Benny's giving cheater energy with Teresa, others are defending the couple with their whole chest, dismissing the allegations as clout-chasing nonsense designed to sabotage what appears to be relationship goals. On X, formerly Twitter, the discourse has been particularly chaotic. One user, at Rarest Empire, went full defense mode against the rumors, tweeting, "Selena Gomez fans are spreading false allegations against Benny Blanco, claiming he cheated on Selena with his ex-girlfriend Elsie Hewitt. They are using old pictures and videos to support their claims, but there is no evidence to suggest that Benny Blanco cheated on Selena Gomez." This tweet highlights the frustration when unverified tea gets treated as facts. Meanwhile, another ex-user, at Lucifermar, came for Selena's fanbase directly, serving major call-out energy. "We don't care anything you put online cause always karma hits hard. And guess what, Selena? It's getting dragig all over Twitter now, and poor sick girl is not even her fault. But you guys, her fans, the ones that set her up with the Benny Blanco cheating allegations, LMAO." This take suggests that stan behavior might actually be harming their fave, rather than protecting her. The Reddit discourse has been slightly more nuanced, though still serving major divided energy. User U Obo Sapiens couldn't believe Benny would risk it all, commenting, "Who would be dumb enough to fumble Selena like that? This has to be a nothing gossip burger." This sentiment was shared by many who literally couldn't imagine anyone jeopardizing a relationship with someone of Selena's icon status. However, some fans served major reality check vibes about taking couple content at face value. Reddit user U Nimrose drew a comparison to another famous couple situation, noting, "Brad Pitt looked enamored with Jennifer Aniston. You can't really trust a man's loyalty based on that. Many times those manipulative shits overdo their love as to not seem sus. I hope he's not cheating though, that'd send me over the GD edge if I was Selena." This comment reflects a wider skepticism about celeb relationships, which are often curated to perfection for the algorithm. The discourse has expanded beyond whether the cheating happened to why fans are so invested in canceling Benny. Some have suggested lingering Yelena ship energy might be the culprit. An X post on May 1st, 2025, claimed that Hailey Bieber fans cannot stand Selena Gomez-Benny Blanco happy, healthy relationship, implying that some of the hate is coming from supporters of Selena's ex, Justin Bieber, and his wife, Hailey. This theory highlights the messy web of stan loyalty that often surrounds celebrity ships, especially when they involve a transition from one high-profile high-profile relationship to another. Selena's history with Justin stretched across nearly 8 years and created a dedicated fan base who still ship them, despite both moving on to new chapters. Adding another layer to the stan discourse is the pre-existing criticism of Benny himself, which predates this current tea. Some of Selena's supporters have questioned his vibe from day one, pointing to a 2020 comment where he seemed to throw shade at cookie-cutter pop artists with makeup lines, potentially a dig at Selena and her rare beauty empire. When Selena addressed this in December 2023, saying, "Lol, yeah, and he's still better than anyone I've ever been with," many fans were low-key disappointed, feeling like their fave was settling. This pre-existing side-eye at Benny might explain why some stans were so quick to believe the cheating allegations despite the lack of receipts. If you're already giving someone the skeptical meme face, you're probably more likely to believe any negative tea that drops. On the flip side, those who've been watching Selena absolutely glow up in this relationship tend to be ride-or-die defenders of Benny and quick to dismiss any drama. Throughout their relationship era, Selena has consistently shared that she feels safe, respected, and genuinely loved with Benny, a major upgrade from some past situationships.
And if you feel like you're in a situation that doesn't feel like you're a unit, that makes it scarier, and then that causes friction, then it causes trust issues.
In a May 2024 interview with Time magazine, Selena reflected on the criticism her relationship has faced, stating, "I know what people can do to people I love. My own fans, who I adore, will say the most hurtful things to me about how I live my life." She added that Benny is not fazed by the noise, and emphasized, "I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that he's not going anywhere anytime soon." This statement shows she's been dealing with relationship criticism from day one. When defending her relationship in the comments section, Selena has served major boundary energy, once writing, "If you actually care about me, this is my happiest. If you don't, feel free to say whatever you want, but I will never allow your words to guide my life. Ever. I'm done. If you can't accept me at my happiest, then don't be in my life at all." That kind of no-nonsense response suggests someone who's absolutely sure about her choices, and not about to let internet discourse dictate her happiness. The current drama has also sparked major discussions about friendship boundaries and girl code, the unwritten rules that govern squad dynamics, especially when relationships get involved.
Like, he is that, and that helps calm me down to say, okay, so I'm going through these things because of maybe what I had before or whatever it is. Nothing is ever bad.
Some fans have expressed major disappointment in Teresa specifically, feeling that as Selena's day one, she should have maintained clearer boundaries with Benny. One TikTok analyzing the situation straight up asked, "What happened to girl code? Why was Teresa out with Benny?" capturing the sentiment shared by many of Selena's supporters. This perspective puts more side-eye on Teresa than on Benny, viewing her actions as potential bestie betrayal rather than just relationship drama. However, others are serving common sense, pointing out that without knowing the full context of the dinner or the current status of Selena and Teresa's friendship, it's giving major touch grass energy to make such judgments. The dinner happened at a public restaurant, not exactly giving secret rendezvous vibes, which might suggest there was nothing shady to hide. As for the OnlyFans subscription rumors, they remain completely unverified and giving major source trust me bro energy. Some fans have traced these claims to parody accounts, suggesting they were never facts to begin with. Without actual receipts, such serious allegations remain speculative and potentially messy. The question of what actually triggered Selena's unfollow of Teresa remains the biggest mystery in this whole timeline. While the timing with the dinner sighting seems sus, correlation doesn't automatically equal causation. There could be private friend drama that has nothing to do with Benny or romantic jealousy. Internet culture expert and social media researcher Dr. Sarah Lantham, who studies celebrity influence on digital platforms, offers some perspective. Social media unfollows between celebrities or influencers are immediately interpreted through a dramatic lens, but the reality is often more mundane. People grow apart, have minor disagreements, or simply curate their feeds for personal reasons. The public rarely knows the full story. This insight reminds us that while unfollowing someone seems like major tea to us, it might be a relatively minor vibe shift from Selena's perspective. As the days have passed without any notes app statements from Selena, Benny, or Teresa addressing the controversy, the situation has evolved in an interesting direction. Rather than the scandal gaining more clout and potentially threatening to cancel Benny, it appears to be gradually losing steam in the absence of new tea or confirmations. This arc suggests that the allegations might have been giving major overreaction energy all along. If there were serious issues happening behind the scenes, we'd likely be seeing relationship red flags, new receipts dropping, or even PR-crafted statements addressing the discourse. Instead, life life seems to be continuing with normal couple content for all involved. The whole saga perfectly captures how celebrity gossip functions in the TikTok era. Tiny crumbs of info, a dinner sighting, an Instagram unfollow, some trust me bro rumors, get pieced together by internet detectives to create narratives that may be completely disconnected from reality. Once these theories start trending, they take on a life of their own, regardless of whether there's any actual tea. For celebs like Selena and Benny, navigating these situations is a major balancing act. Addressing rumors directly can give them more algorithm juice and credibility, while completely ignoring them might read as confirmation. Selena's approach, continuing to serve couple content without directly addressing the drama, represents a social media strategy that neither confirms nor explicitly denies the rumors.
And I always want to do that because I want her to know that every day I don't take anything for granted. And I still look at her and my breath gets taken away in so many different ways.
As fans continue debating in the QTs and comment sections, what's crystal clear is that celebrity relationships exist under a microscope that's giving major yikes energy. The allegations against Benny Blanco, whether serving facts or fiction, highlight the fishbowl reality that famous people navigate daily, where private moments become fodder for strangers to analyze, judge, and create content about. For Selena Gomez, who has literally grown up in this fishbowl, navigating such controversies is unfortunately not her first rodeo. Her apparent decision to stand by Benny despite the Stan meltdown speaks either to her trust in their relationship or to her boundary setting around privacy, or possibly both.
Nothing in my life I regret, and I'm so happy for my journey, and I'll continue to be.
In the ever-evolving landscape of social media, where cancel culture can end careers and relationships faster than you can say, TikTok made me buy it, the Selena and Benny saga is basically a masterclass in how the court of public opinion works in 2025. While some fans are still convinced there's more tea to this situation than we're seeing, others are giving major let celebrities breathe energy, accepting that maybe, just maybe, not every dinner between friends is serving scandal vibes. Sabrina Carpenter and Joshua Bassett may be back together, and Olivia Rodrigo isn't taking it lightly.
And this is her reaction.
The complex love triangle between Olivia, Sabrina, and Joshua goes back years. And now, with rumors of the former lovebirds reuniting, all eyes are back on Rodrigo, who is having the crash out of the year. The crash out. Before we jump into the latest developments, let's rewind to understand how this all started. If you've been living under a rock for the past few years, you might have missed the beginning of what became one of the most discussed celebrity dramas in recent pop culture. The story begins with two Disney stars, Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett, who worked together on High School Musical, The Series, which premiered back in November 2019. Fans believed Rodrigo and Bassett were more than friends, though their relationship was never officially confirmed. The chemistry between them was undeniable, both on and off screen, leading many viewers to ship them in real life. Their characters had a romance on the show, and fans were convinced this translated to real life as well. This speculation formed the foundation of what would eventually explode into a full-blown public drama. Then came January 2021, a month that would forever change the trajectory of these young stars' careers. Olivia Rodrigo released her debut single Driver's License, which quickly became a global sensation. The song's raw emotion and deeply personal lyrics immediately had fans speculating about who inspired such heartbreak, and they didn't have to look far for clues. The lyrics included references that fans quickly connected to real-life situations. And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt she's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. These lines were particularly telling because Sabrina Carpenter, who was rumored to be dating Joshua Bassett at the time, fits the description perfectly. She's blonde and a few years older than Rodrigo. What made this even more interesting was that an earlier version of the song apparently mentioned a brunette girl instead, which added fuel to the speculation that Rodrigo had changed the lyrics to reference Carpenter directly. The song's success was unprecedented, hitting #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and becoming the talk of social media for weeks. It wasn't just a hit song, it was a cultural moment that introduced millions to this apparent love triangle. The drama didn't stop there. Just a week after Driver's License took over the airwaves, Joshua Bassett released a song titled Lie, Lie, Lie. The timing couldn't have seemed more pointed, and fans immediately interpreted it as a response to Rodrigo's track. However, Bassett clarified on social media that the song wasn't about her, though many remained skeptical given the suspicious timing. Then in February 2021, Sabrina Carpenter entered the musical conversation with her song Skin, with lyrics like maybe blonde was the only rhyme. It was hard to interpret this as anything other than a direct response to Rodrigo's track. The musical back and forth had turned into a full-fledged lyrical battle, at least in the eyes of fans and media outlets who covered every development with fervent interest. Interestingly, Carpenter later addressed this on The Late Late Show with James Corden in February 2021, 2021, explaining that the song was about her own feelings and not intended as a direct response to Rodrigo. She seemed to want to diffuse the situation, but the narrative had already taken on a life of its own. Perhaps recognizing how the situation had spiraled, Rodrigo attempted to clarify matters in a March 2021 interview with Radio.com, stating that Driver's License was not specifically about Carpenter. She noted they had only met once or twice and never really had a conversation, making it impossible to write a meaningful song about her. This was a significant attempt to dial back the drama, but fan theories continued to flourish. The intensity of fan reactions to this perceived drama was truly remarkable. In a GQ interview, Joshua Bassett mentioned seeing TikToks with 50 million views and 10 million likes threatening him, highlighting how passionate and sometimes toxic fan engagement with celebrity drama can become. By December 2021, Bassett seemed ready to address the situation more directly, releasing a 3-track project titled Crisis, Secret, Set Me Free. These songs appeared to reference the toll that the public scrutiny had taken on him, with emotional lyrics about betrayal and having to rebuild his life after a destructive relationship. While the music these 3 artists released during this period certainly capitalized on the drama and public interest, it's worth considering the human cost. These were young people in their late teens and early 20s, navigating not only the complexities of relationships, but doing so under the microscope of global fame and social media speculation. Looking at their careers before this drama, it's clear how much it changed their trajectories. Olivia Rodrigo had been steadily building her career as a Disney star, appearing in Bizaardvark from 2016 to 2019 before landing her role in High School Musical, the series. While she had shown musical talent on these shows, few could have predicted her meteoric rise to becoming one of pop music's biggest stars. Similarly, Joshua Bassett was known primarily for his acting work, with music as a secondary focus. The attention from the drama undoubtedly raised his profile, though perhaps not always in the way he might have wanted. And Sabrina Carpenter, who had already established herself as both an actress and singer through her role on Girl Meets World and several album releases, found herself suddenly part of a narrative that threatened to overshadow her own artistic merits. What's particularly fascinating about this situation is how it exemplifies the new way that celebrity dramas unfold in the social media age. In previous eras, stars might have addressed personal issues through carefully controlled interviews or simply refused to comment. Today, music becomes the medium through which these stories are told, with lyrics analyzed like forensic evidence by millions. It's also worth noting the role that fan communities played in amplifying and perpetuating this drama. The passionate fan bases of each artist interpreted every lyric, social media post, and public appearance through the lens of this rumored love triangle. In many ways, the narrative took on a life beyond what may have actually occurred between these 3 young stars. As we entered 2022 and beyond, it seemed the active phase of the drama was beginning to cool down. All 3 artists continued to release music and build their careers, though the shadow of this situation continued to follow them. For instance, Olivia's drama with Taylor Swift. This started back in 2021 when Olivia's song Deja Vu seemed a little too similar to Taylor's Cruel Summer. Olivia ended up crediting Taylor and Jack Antonoff on the track, which sparked rumors of tension between them. Then, when Olivia dropped Good For You, which had a vibe reminiscent of Paramore's Misery Business, she credited Hayley Williams and Josh Farrow, and people started comparing her with Taylor more. You know how people love a good feud, right? But when Olivia was asked about it, she totally shut down the rumors, saying she didn't have beef with anyone and that her team handled the crediting stuff. She was like, no drama here. But the buzz picked up again when Olivia dropped Vampire, with people trying to link it to Taylor. But Olivia laughed it off, saying she doesn't get into those theories. Then, in 2024, both of them showed mad support for each other at the Grammys. Taylor cheered Olivia on during her performance, and Olivia applauded Taylor's win, totally squashing any feud talk. Either ways, the songs that emerged from this period, particularly Rodrigo's debut album Sour, will forever be iconic. Beyond the drama. Let's start with Olivia Rodrigo, whose trajectory since Driver's License has been nothing short of extraordinary. Following the massive success of her debut single, Rodrigo released her first album, Sour, in May 2021. The album was a commercial and critical triumph, winning 7 Grammy Awards in 2022, including Best New Artist and Best Pop Vocal Album. This level of success for a debut album is rare and cemented Rodrigo's position as more than just a Disney star or someone known primarily for relationship drama. What made Sour so impactful wasn't just the quality of the music, but how it resonated with listeners. Songs like Good For You and Deja Vu continued the themes of heartbreak and betrayal introduced in Driver's License, creating a cohesive album that felt like an authentic journey through the emotional landscape of teenage heartbreak. In an interview with The Guardian in May 2021, Rodrigo explained, "I'm a teenage girl. I write about stuff that I feel really intensely, and I feel heartbreak and longing really intensely, and I think that's authentic and natural." Rodrigo's second album, Guts, released in September 2023, showed her artistic growth. Rather than dwelling exclusively on the heartbreak themes that defined Sour, Guts expanded her lyrical palette to include broader reflections on growing up, self-discovery, and the pressures of fame. The album's success, earning her 6 Grammy nominations for the 2025 awards, demonstrated that she had successfully transcended the initial drama and established herself as an artist with staying power. On the personal front, Rodrigo's dating life moved on as well. After the rumored relationship with Joshua Bassett, she was briefly linked to producer Adam Faze in 2021, followed by a short relationship with DJ Zach Bia in 2022. Since late 2023, she has been dating British actor Lewis Partridge, known for his role in the Enola Holmes films. This relationship appears to be a positive influence, with Partridge described as an age-appropriate, supportive boyfriend who attends her tour concerts and has seemingly inspired more optimistic love songs, like So American from the deluxe version of Guts. Meanwhile, Joshua Bassett faced the challenging task of rebuilding his public image while dealing with the intense scrutiny that came with being perceived as the villain in the Rodrigo narrative. In interviews, Bassett attempted to rise above the drama while acknowledging its impact on his life. In that June 2021 GQ interview, he refused to elaborate on the specifics of the situation with Rodrigo, instead choosing to compliment both her and Carpenter's artistry. This showed a maturity that perhaps wasn't fully appreciated at the time, as public sentiment had largely sided with Rodrigo's narrative. Regarding his career, Bassett continued his role in High School Musical, the musical The Series, and focused on developing his music. By 2024, he had released his debut album, The Golden Years, and embarked on a tour that extended into 2025. While perhaps not reaching the same commercial heights as Rodrigo, he has established himself as a legitimate recording artist beyond his Disney origins. As for Sabrina Carpenter, being drawn into this drama as a perceived other woman presented unique challenges. However, she handled the situation with remarkable poise, addressing it briefly and then focusing on her own artistic development. Following Skin, she continued to release music that evolved beyond the initial controversy. By 2025, Carpenter's career had reached new heights. At the 2025 Grammy Awards, she won 2 significant awards: Best Pop Vocal Album for Short and Sweet and Best Pop Solo Performance for Espresso. These achievements marked her first Grammy wins and represented a validation of her artistry separate from any association with the Rodrigo Bassett drama. What's particularly interesting about how these 3 young stars handled the aftermath is that they each found ways to acknowledge the situation through their art without allowing it to define them completely. They transformed personal experiences into relatable music that connected with audiences far beyond those interested in celebrity gossip. For Rodrigo, Driver's License and Sour captured the universal experience of first heartbreak in a way that transcended the specific circumstances that inspired them. For Bassett, his music offered a perspective on being the subject of public scrutiny and the toll it takes. And for Carpenter, Skin and her subsequent work demonstrated her ability to assert her own narrative while not being defined by someone else's story. The media, of course, played a significant role in how this drama unfolded and was perceived by the public. Entertainment outlets extensively covered every development, from new song releases to social media interactions, or lack thereof, between the 3 stars. Fans analyzed every lyric, interview quote, and public appearance for clues about the real story, often projecting their own interpretations onto ambiguous statements. Social media platforms, particularly TikTok, amplified these narratives, with users creating videos analyzing the drama that garnered millions of views. This level of scrutiny and speculation is a relatively new phenomenon in celebrity culture, enabled by the direct access fans now have to stars' creative output and public statements. An interesting aspect of this situation is how each artist had to balance authentic expression with the knowledge that everything they created would be interpreted through the lens of this drama. Creating art in such circumstances requires navigating the tension between personal catharsis and public consumption, between telling your truth and controlling the narrative about your life. In interviews throughout 2021 and 2022, all 3 artists gradually shifted away from directly addressing the drama. Rodrigo would emphasize that her songs were about her feelings rather than specific people. Bassett would highlight his growth and future projects rather than dwelling on past relationships. And Carpenter would focus discussions on her artistic evolution and upcoming work. This strategy of acknowledging the situation without feeding into it further allowed each of them to gradually reclaim their public narratives. By 2023 and 2024, interviews with these artists rarely focused on the love triangle drama, instead highlighting their professional achievements and artistic development. The fans' role in this situation cannot be overstated. Each artist developed passionate fan bases that often positioned themselves in opposition to the others. Team Olivia, Team Joshua, and Team Sabrina sentiments permeated social media discussions, sometimes creating toxic environments where legitimate criticism blended with inappropriate personal attacks. However, as time passed and each artist established their individual paths, these tribal divisions began to soften. Many fans came to appreciate all three artists for their unique talents, rather than defining them by their connection to this particular drama. By 2024, the narrative had largely shifted from the love triangle drama to three separate success stories of young artists navigating fame, growing up in the public eye, and developing their craft. Each had effectively used the initial attention, however uncomfortable its source, as a platform to showcase their genuine artistic talents. So now let's talk about what the future holds for them: reconciliation and moving forward. First, let's tackle the elephant in the room: the viral claim that Olivia Rodrigo recently had an emotional breakdown after seeing Sabrina Carpenter and Joshua Bassett together. After extensive research through entertainment news outlets, social media platforms, and reliable sources, I can confidently report that there is no credible evidence supporting this claim. In fact, the most recent significant interaction between any of these three stars tells a completely different story. At the 2025 Grammy Awards, held on February 2nd at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, something remarkable happened that directly contradicts the breakdown narrative. Olivia Rodrigo, wearing a vintage black Versace gown, was seen approaching Sabrina Carpenter's table during a commercial break. What followed was not tension or drama, but a warm exchange. The two shared a tight hug and engaged in friendly conversation, with Olivia kneeling to congratulate Sabrina, who had just won 2 Grammy Awards that night. This interaction was captured and shared widely on social media, with fans celebrating it as a sign of reconciliation. One ex-post described it as the greatest peace treaty in history, while another commented, "The world is healing. I used to pray for moments like there." This public display of warmth between the two singers suggests that whatever tensions may have existed in the past have largely dissipated. So where did this rumor about Olivia breaking down come from? It appears to be an example of how misinformation can spread in celebrity culture, particularly when it fits into an established narrative that fans and media outlets find compelling. The love triangle story was so powerful and generated so much engagement that some may be reluctant to let it go, even in the face of evidence suggesting reconciliation. As for Joshua Bassett's current involvement with either Rodrigo or Carpenter, there's little recent evidence of significant interaction. In March 2025, when it was announced that Olivia and Sabrina would both be headlining Lollapalooza from July 31st to August 3rd in Chicago, fans speculated about Joshua's reaction, with jokes about him crashing out. However, there have been no official statements or public interactions between him and either of the women regarding this event. Let's examine how each of these three artists has moved forward professionally and personally since the height of the drama. Olivia Rodrigo has firmly established herself as one of music's biggest stars. Following the success of Sour and Guts, she embarked on her Guts World Tour, playing to sold-out arenas worldwide. In an interview on The Tonight Show, she expressed nervousness about playing such huge venues, but excitement about connecting with fans. Her professional success has been matched by apparent personal happiness in her relationship with Louis Partridge, which began in late 2023. Interestingly, Rodrigo seems to have developed a different perspective on social media since the height of the drama. In that same Tonight Show appearance, she revealed that she tries not to follow anyone on Instagram to help her stay off social media, though she shared a humorous story about accidentally following an ex while stalking them. This anecdote suggests a more lighthearted attitude toward past relationships compared to the raw emotions expressed in her earlier music.
No, I try to follow 0 people because it helps me be off of my phone, off of social media, but I had this very embarrassing encounter once where I was stalking my ex, as one does. Sue me, sorry. And I accidentally followed him because I was stalking him. And I was just following one person, so it was super obvious that I was following him. And my friend ran into my room and was like, "Oh my God, did you mean to follow him? Like, unfollow him." And I went and I grabbed my phone. I'm like, "Oh shoot, oh my God." And I went to open the Instagram app, and the second that I opened the app, my phone died.
Sabrina Carpenter's career has reached new heights in 2025. Her Grammy wins for Best Pop Vocal Album for Short and Sweet and Best Pop Solo Performance for Espresso represent significant industry recognition. During her acceptance speech, she expressed disbelief at being nominated alongside her favorite artists, indicating how far she's come in her musical journey. The fact that Olivia approached her to offer congratulations suggests mutual respect between the two artists. Joshua Bassett has continued to focus on his music career, with his debut album, The Golden Years, released in July 2024, and a tour scheduled throughout 2025. An upcoming Amsterdam concert concert on January 23, 2025, was highlighted in tour announcements, indicating ongoing professional success, despite perhaps not reaching the same commercial heights as Rodrigo and Carpenter. There have been no recent controversies or rumors specifically involving Bassett, suggesting he too has moved beyond the drama. What's particularly noteworthy about the current state of affairs is how the narrative has evolved from a contentious love triangle to 3 separate success stories. The 2025 Grammy interaction between Rodrigo and Carpenter symbolizes this evolution. Rather than being defined by their connection to the same man, they're now recognized and celebrated for their individual artistic achievements. This transformation reflects broader patterns in how celebrity narratives develop over time. Initial controversies often give way to more nuanced understandings as the individuals involved mature, their careers evolve, and public interest shifts to new developments. The love triangle that once dominated headlines has become a footnote in the biographies of 3 successful young artists. For fans who followed this drama from the beginning, the journey has been remarkable. From the raw emotion of Driver's License to the apparent reconciliation at the 2025 Grammys, they've witnessed these young stars navigate the complexities of relationships, fame, and growing up in the public eye. The fact that all 3 have emerged with successful careers and apparently healthier perspectives speaks to their resilience and talent. It's worth reflecting on what this situation reveals about celebrity culture in the 2020s. The initial drama exploded largely because of social media's ability to amplify narratives and create communities around different interpretations of events. Fans analyzed lyrics, social media interactions, and public appearances with an intensity previously reserved for professional critics and journalists. At the same time, these platforms allowed the artists themselves to shape their narratives through their music and selective engagement with the public discourse. Rodrigo, Bassett, and Carpenter each used their art to process their experiences while gradually steering conversations toward their current projects rather than past dramas. The evolution of this situation also demonstrates how the entertainment industry has changed. In previous eras, such personal dramas might have been managed through carefully controlled press statements, or simply not acknowledged at all. Today, artists often incorporate these experiences directly into their work, turning personal challenges into creative opportunities. As we consider where these 3 stars might go from here, it's clear that each has established a foundation for long-term success, independent of the drama that once connected them. Rodrigo has proven herself as both a commercial force and a critically respected songwriter. Carpenter has demonstrated remarkable versatility across acting and music, with her recent Grammy wins validating her artistic growth. And Bassett continues to build his music career while maintaining his acting presence. In July 2025, both Rodrigo and Carpenter will headline Lollapalooza in Chicago, a significant achievement that further demonstrates their parallel ascents in the music industry. Whether this will result in another public interaction between them remains to be seen, but based on their Grammy encounter, fans might hope for another positive moment rather than renewed drama. So, to address the question posed in our title, did Olivia Rodrigo break down after seeing Sabrina and Joshua together again? The evidence strongly suggests this did not happen. Instead, what we've seen is quite the opposite, a maturation of the relationships between these young stars and an apparent peaceful resolution to what was once one of pop culture's most discussed love triangles. The real story here isn't about ongoing drama, but about growth and reconciliation. It's about 3 talented young people who navigated an intensely public situation and emerged stronger for it. It's about how time can heal wounds and how people who once seemed locked in conflict can move forward with mutual respect. For fans invested in the well-being of these artists, this should be seen as a positive development. While drama and conflict might generate more immediate engagement, seeing these young stars thrive independently and even support each other's success offers a more satisfying long-term narrative. As we conclude this exploration, it's worth remembering that behind the public personas and carefully crafted songs are real people navigating the complexities of growing up, pursuing their passions, and building relationships. The fact that they've managed to do so while under intense scrutiny speaks to their resilience and maturity. Thanks for joining us today. Check out our other videos for more celeb content.